Hey guys, I'm here with La Henry. Are you good boys, mister? I'm in my new room. This is my bed that I've had since I was 2. Today I wanted to talk about some things we can do in 2019 to improve our lives. I don't want to look at this like resolutions. I want to look at this as just things that we can improve, or I don't know. Some of you may already be doing this kind of stuff. Henry's. Here, I'm gonna turn off my sound on my phone. By the way, guys, I'm sorry I haven't been really posting a lot lately. Something that I realized as I moved into this house is I haven't been alone in like 6 months. Like, I haven't had alone time in 6 months, where I'm just able to really be by myself for an entire day. And my mom, as you guys know, I live with my mom. My mom's not in town right now. I'm actually going to Georgia tomorrow, but so I have had some time to be by myself with, of course, Henry and the 2 cats. So that being said, I felt a little bit of a burnout, not from YouTube necessarily, but just from constantly being with people. And I just felt like I needed to recuperate. I was actually supposed to leave to go to Georgia 2 days ago, but I've been kind of liking being by myself. So I'll get into this video. So the first thing that I have on this list, Henry, oh my gosh, you little poodle stops. You're not even supposed to be in here. My mom would get upset if she knew that you was in here. Mommy would not like it. No. Okay. First thing on this list is I say stop making excuses. I mean, this is kind of a cliche thing to say, and that kind of rhymed. But all of us make excuses, no matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert, no matter what your personality is. You could be a sensor, you could be an intuitive, a thinker, a feeler, perceiver, judger. I don't care what your personality is. You probably have made an excuse at some point. And I know, at least for me, I find myself making excuses all the time. And this could be for things like, I don't know, writing, going to the gym, drawing, learning something new that you want to learn, whatever it is. Just, you have to stop making excuses and actually do those things, because the way I think about things, if I want to do something, this is how I always gauge whether I really want to do something or not, or buy something, whatever it is. I kind of use the same gauge. But if I say, let's say I want to learn French or something like that, if I want to do that after, like, if I have that in the back of my mind, or if it's like something that's reoccurring, looping in my mind over a period of time, whether that's a few weeks or a month, that means that I really need to do it. And I think you can apply that to anything. There's so many things that you can say you're making excuses about. So the second thing I wrote was put yourself out there more. I think as introverts, we tend to want to stay in our house, or stay in our safe space, and we don't want to actually go out and interact with people and do things that are uncomfortable to us. We want to do things that are familiar. But when you do that, you stay stagnant and you don't, if you are wanting to make more friends or be more social or do some type of activity that's outside of where you, like for example, my physical space, this is my bedroom, and you want to do more, you have to put yourself out there. You have to push yourself to do things that are uncomfortable, that aren't something that you necessarily have the easiest time doing. And this could be like baby steps. So if you really want to do some type of social thing, I think doing things like meetup.com, or even, I don't know if you guys have ever tried Bumble BFF. I don't really know if it works very well for guys, but I know for girls, I think it can be really good, especially if you're living in an area that you don't know people. I actually, when I was in Seattle, I used it and I met up with 2 girls, and both of those girls I'm still friends with today. And actually, one of those girls I actually made a lot of other friends through. And that ended up being a really cool thing. But it doesn't even have to just be that. Going to events like meetup.com, and I haven't actually used Meetup yet. Like, I haven't actually gone to the events yet. But I really want to make myself do that because I don't really know anybody where I live right now. The only people I know are people at work, and a lot of those people, it's, I like them as people, but it's not like we hang out. And there's also a line sometimes with work. I think you can definitely be friends with people at work, but it also depends on like certain things. So put yourself out there more. Number 3, I said explore and travel. So I think this is pretty self-explanatory, but doing things, again, that are out of your comfort zone, exploring new things, exploring even places that are in your town or maybe just an hour away or less than that. And also traveling. I think the reason why I absolutely loved Model UN, I mean, there's many reasons why I liked Model United Nations, but one of the things that I really loved is I got the opportunity to travel abroad for free. And I went to a lot of really cool places. Like I went to Milan, Italy, Münster, Germany, Cardiff, Wales, Edinburgh, Scotland, like all different places. And I also got to go to Brussels. I got to go to Brussels and Antwerp in Belgium, and that was with European Union. But so that's kind of like related to clubs. And if you're in college, definitely join organizations that you get the opportunity to travel. Take advantage of study abroad. Anybody that's in college right now, and even if you haven't ever been on a plane, because there's a lot of people that haven't been on planes or traveled, you should definitely do it. And if you live somewhere where it's easy to travel between countries, like especially in Europe, I know that a lot of people do travel in Europe, but if they live in Europe, but not everybody does. And just know that if you live in Europe, I know that it's still expensive sometimes to travel around, but know that you are so lucky in the respect that even though the US is a vast country, and I definitely encourage people to explore the US, it's so cool if you live in like the UK or Sweden, wherever you live, and you're able to just travel to Italy for a pretty cheap price, or take a road trip to Switzerland, or go to Eastern Europe. That's amazing. And I definitely want to make it a mission to travel more. I have been to quite a few countries so far, but I also want to go to Japan and visit my sister. My sister lives in Japan, and I really want to make it a mission of mine to travel there in 2019. And I also want to go back to Europe. So I would encourage you guys to get a passport, travel. Even if it is, like if you live in the US, even if it's going to Canada or going to Mexico, somewhere close, just the fact of getting out of your like country, even if it is a bordering country, there's a freedom in that. And I know for me, like it's normal to feel scared to go somewhere new or like go on a plane or go on a train by yourself. But I think there's a lot of freedom with traveling by yourself. I also like going with a group. For example, when I was in Europe in the summer of 2017, I traveled around Europe that entire summer after college. And I went to quite a couple of countries by myself in that trip. And I've done this before, but I was spending days at a time, a week at a time, by myself in a country, exploring things that I wanted to see. But when it came to like Paris and things like that, I loved going to Paris. I went to, different areas like the Arc de Triomphe, the Eiffel Tower, things like that by myself, and I went to restaurants. But I would think that that could be even more fun with someone else. So if you have someone that would be able to travel with you, and maybe get a travel buddy, but also travel on your own. Because I think, like I said, even doing little road trips where you're maybe a day trip, it can be very liberating to do that. Because it gives you a sense of independence, and it also it gives you more of a competence and confidence about your abilities. So the fourth one, I said, put your dreams first. Now, oftentimes I think not only introverts do this, obviously extroverts, everybody does this at some point. Well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, are people pleasers. I know I was a rampant people pleaser when I was younger, and it wasn't until pretty recently that I became less of a people pleaser and became more defiant. But oftentimes I would want other people to succeed more than myself, and I would let other people's dreams get in the way of mine. And that's not what you need to do or what you have to do. I don't care who you are, what your dream is. It might conflict with other people's dreams, whatever, but you should always put what you want, what your dreams are, what your vision for your life first. Don't let other people tell you that your dream is stupid or you're never going to do it because of whatever scenario. Hey, Florist. Yeah, Henry is, again, obsessed with Fleur. Hey, doesn't mean we don't do that. We don't bite Fleur's face. But yeah, don't let people tell you what you need to do, or don't let your own self get in the way where you think, oh, well, I can't do this. I don't know what your situation is. I know it gets harder, especially if you're in a relationship, whether you're, married or just in a relationship. And when you have children or other responsibilities where you feel like you have to sacrifice your own hopes and dreams for other people. Or let's say a situation where you're taking care of a loved one or a parent or whatever, fill in the blank. There's a difference between finding a balance and giving up your dream just because you feel like someone else is more important, or you don't think you deserve it. Everybody deserves to fulfill their dreams. I don't care who you are. Well, within reason. Anything that is wanting to better yourself or the world. Okay, number 5, eliminate negativity. Now, this is, again, self-explanatory, but this doesn't have to be a physical person or thing. This could also be thoughts. Henry, we do not bite. We don't bite. He looks so funny. He's like, we don't bite. I know you want my full attention, but we don't bite. Don't be a negative Nelly, little boy. We don't bite, such a mean. Like, it could be your own self. Just like sabotaging your own dreams, those are negative thoughts that manifest into that action of sabotaging your dreams. And what is going on? Is that my laptop? What is going on? I think what the hell? Hopefully my laptop is not like, oh, it's like overheating. Well, for that loud noise, hopefully it's okay. My room is kind of messy, but oh well. I'm gonna go get the list really quickly. So you guys might be hearing the death of my laptop. Okay, so hopefully you guys can't hear that noise because it's pretty irritating. Anyways, stop being negative, laptop. Don't die on me right now. Okay, so stop telling yourself that you're not enough. Stop telling yourself that negative things in general, and this can obviously be people or things. If there's people in your life that are negative, maybe they're constantly talking about some type of thing that's negative in their life. They're pessimistic. They don't have, they don't see the glass as half full. They see it always as half empty. You don't want to be with people like that. You want to eliminate them from your life. And sometimes you can't. So this sounds really scary. I don't know what was going on. I'm going to look in the comments. Hopefully you guys may know what's going on with this, because it sounds pretty bad. What is going on? Or what? So you think it's the fan? Why is it so loud though? Why is the fan so loud? Okay. Well. All right. It actually doesn't feel that back vent. All right, guys, okay, here's the thing. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try doing a part 2 to this video, okay? Yes, there's an alien living in my laptop. So I'm going to do a part 2 to this video. Bye, guys. I'm going to let this sleep for a moment. Bye.